At an antique store. Grandpa, I've never seen anything like this before.
Oh, well, that's a brass knuckles, son. You slip them over your fingers, making your knuckles have a metal knuckle above your knuckles. You got double knuckles, and one's really hard. I'm over explaining this. Let me
Double
try again.
knuckles.
It's basically just something goes over your knuckles, so you can give somebody a knuckle sandwich and beat the stuffing out of them. We used them all the time during the Great Depression. They're like, your bank account's empty. And we were like, oh, poop, poop.
And the beastly horde approached the castle gates as a ruinous multitude of malice, but the king was prepared. For the blue wizard had warned him. There will be danger, and there will be crossbows.
Hey, welcome to There Will Be Crossbows. I'm one of your hosts, John. And then this guy
is your other host, James.
Let's get down to brass tacks.
See, what he did there is the theme for this week is brass. So he just made a fluid segue that requires no explanation whatsoever. It's incredible. That's why you watch this show. Yes, I'm speaking to you, four people.
Today's suggestion is brass, and that comes from loyal watcher and listener, Drew. Thank you, Drew.
I would wager good money that Drew was a band nerd to suggest brass.
Being in the band was one of the best parts of being in high school.
Yeah, I was in band for since 5th grade through sophomore year, I think, and it was great.
What instruments did you play?
I started with the cornet first, which is just basically a smaller trumpet, a cheaper trumpet.
Yeah, it's the poor man's trumpet.
Right. So I was a cornet player, and then eventually I played French horn, and then finally I ended up with the tuba, which I played up until I quit band in sophomore year.
The tuba is an enormous instrument, and as I recall, you were not an enormous high schooler. How did that work exactly?
Yeah, no, the tuba weighed approximately 2.5 times what I did, because I weighed about 95 pounds in high school. But basically, I just kind of used a little stick and leveraged it up there so it just sit on my lap. And then all I had to do from there is just try to support the thing while pumping out 2 notes.
Bum, 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 forever.
One time, they gave me this really wicked part in a My Chemical Romance song. We played some cool stuff in high school where it went bum, 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 bum.
How did you even handle adding a third note like that?
I was pretty good. It's a shame I had to quit. Who knows where I could have gone on my tuba career.
Right. If you had stuck with it, I mean, having a third note, that's money right there. You could have been giant on the polka circuit or the mariachi circuit.
I might have quit the wrong thing, but that's the gamble of high school, man, is that you just do so many activities and hopefully you find 1 or 2 you're good at. And I don't know that I ever did that, but at least I had a shot, right?
I was involved in so many different clubs and extracurricular activities and was at school so much that I had a teacher come up to me and ask me if everything was okay at home.
That's actually really nice because everything was not okay at home, was it?
Everything
John?
was not okay at home, but there was nothing she could do about it. But it was nice knowing that somebody at least noticed that, like, if all of a sudden I disappeared, somebody would maybe call the police.
But I'll tell you, John, I miss those high school days when I could just do every single thing. I was in journalism. I was in Scholars Bowl, which is a thing. You just answer trivia questions. I was in speech and debate. I was in theater. I was in Habitat for Humanity. I did everything, and I was bad at all of it.
It's great to just be able to be bad at everything you do and be in that environment. And it's okay, because that's what high school is for. It's for sucking at everything until finally you suck at one thing just a little bit less.
Exactly. And when else in your life do you have the opportunity to do so many things that you suck at?
What are you going to do? Start a podcast?
Your door is locked.
Don't come in, Dad.
Okay. What are you doing in there, Billy?
Nothing. I have a friend over.
A friend? Is your friend a girl?
No.
Are you sure?
She's not a girl, Dad. She's a woman.
A woman? You're telling me you have a woman over the age of 18 in there?
Yes. It shouldn't matter. Why does it even matter? Why does it matter if there's a girl or a woman or over 18 or under 18? I think the bottom line is that you should trust your son.
All right, but if you're doing anything impure of the eyes of the Lord, I'm going to know about it, and I'm going to tell your priest, and he's going to smack you on the ass in Sunday school.
As usual. No,
Right.
Dad, I think the Lord is going to be okay with this one.
If you say so, I'll leave you alone with this woman.
Thanks, Dad. I appreciate the trust.
Whew. Thanks. Sorry, that got a little dicey there for a second.
It's okay. It's okay. I really appreciate you helping me figure out which parts of this thing are literal and which are metaphorical.
Yeah, no, it's no problem. The whole thing's honestly a complete mess.
So is it true that you were a virgin?
No.
Oh.
No, of course not. No,
I knew that couldn't be real.
The virgin birth thing's just a metaphor, right? I mean, I was married, right?
Yeah.
It would have been a little weird if I was a virgin. All scripture requires a good dose of common sense. And that's why I dropped in here tonight. There's a lot of people, especially in your country, who call themselves Christians, but when you look at what they're doing and what they're saying and the people that they're really mean to, nothing they do has anything to do with Christianity.
Wow. See, this is coming directly from you.
Yeah. Well, I gotta run along. I'm gonna hit some more houses. Yeah, thanks for letting me drop by. And I'm just gonna leave this Bernie Sanders 2024 brochure for you.
Thank you.
All right. God bless.
Please hang up and try again.
Hey folks, it's James here with an Amazon product review. And once again, my pug Crixus is joining us this week, though he is pretty sleepy, so he may not contribute too much. We'll see. So today, John sent me the Triumph Fiber Laser Marking Machine for permanent metal parts engraver, marker engraving, rotary jewelry ring firearms. This is a large appliance which serves as a laser engraver, so you can engrave messages onto other metal objects. I bought this and didn't have time to use it for a few days, and I forgot what it actually was for. I kept passing this thing being like, that's right, I got to review that product. I forgot what it does. So I realized the first thing I should do with my giant $6,000 laser engraver is engrave itself so that I remembered what it was. So I turned the laser down onto the main unit, and I meant to engrave the message, "This is a laser engraver used for laser engraving." So it has different power settings. I had it turned up very high. So when the laser shot down, it sliced the main unit in half and instantly broke the laser engraver. In order to try to salvage what I could, I tried to take just the laser part itself and walk around the house and pretend I had a lightsaber. I did quite a bit of property damage that way. Today, I think I've learned that lasers are awesome things when used responsibly. But you shouldn't get a laser engraving machine until you're really mature enough to handle it. And I don't think that I was. So I'd have to give the laser engraving machine 3 stars. Your mileage may vary.
Oh no! I dropped my flute when I was getting off the bus and it's busted.
Dude, today's auditions for first chair. What do you mean you broke your flute?
I'll never get first chair if I don't have an instrument to play. It's done. It's over. I'm out of band forever.
That's bullshit, man. You were the best flautist in this state. You deserve first chair.
How can I deserve it if I can't even care for my instrument?
Look, man, this sucks, but there's no other way. You gotta take my flute. You gotta use my flute to audition, and you gotta get first chair for both of us.
No, I can't. If you don't have a flute, there's no way you'll qualify for second chair. And you're the second best flautist anywhere.
Doesn't matter, man. I'm not gonna stand in the way of your dreams. You can do anything. Take my flute. I won't take no for an answer.
What am I if I don't have you right next to me?
I don't know, man. But where are we gonna get another flute?
Hey guys, if both of you want to take yourselves out of the running, I would gladly play my flute and become first chair, and you can go off and make out and stuff, you know.
Ralph, you've been in band class for like 2 minutes.
You're not qualified to be first chair.
Can't even play Mary Had a Little Lamb on that thing.
Yeah, I can make a sound on it, and there's no other competition around here. I say we beat up Ralph and we take his flute. And then you and I both have an instrument.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. All right, well.
Too bad you didn't go out for track, Ralph.
We go to the principal's office. I'm sorry, kids, but you beat up little Ralphie. I got to kick you both out of band.
No, you can't. That's the worst punishment ever.
Look, I don't care how good you are, you little proteges of the band world. I can kick you out because I'm a high school principal. And that's my job.
The stakes are bigger than that.
Hey, you thinking what I'm thinking?
We have to beat him up and become principal ourselves.
Hell yeah. Wait. We go to an interrogation room in the police office. All right, kids. I'm to understand that you beat up your principal. He's in the hospital with no serious injuries, but it's going to cost him a lot of money because he doesn't have good health insurance. I'm going to have to put you in juvie for 6 to 10 years.
No, you don't understand. Flute music is at stake.
Look, I don't know a flute from a bass guitar.
Those are very different instruments.
I don't give a shit. I'm a cop. The only music to my ear is innocent people screaming as I pin them to the ground.
Look, I think we both know what we have to do here.
I mean, we got to take this guy out. He's just asking for it. Right?
This is a no-brainer.
All right. Let the powers of the flautist combine for some ass kicking. I think I found the problem with your car. There's a little brass ring missing from inside of the carburetor.
I see you have unraveled my mystery.
Your mystery? You brought your car in here to have me look at it and tell you what was wrong with it. I'm telling you what was wrong with it. And why was there this little note in there to me from you saying you solved my mystery?
Yes, you successfully uncovered the first clue.
Huh. So there's a second clue somewhere else in the car that you want me to find?
It's all part of a very elaborate deception for unknown evil purposes.
Uh-huh. And it's worth $45 an hour to you to have me go through this car looking for your little Riddler clues?
Oh, it's going to be worth much more than that.
All right, man. It's your funeral. I'll poke around and hear some more. You want to give me a hint about what I'm supposed to be looking at next?
Did you even try to start the car's engine?
No, but my assistant drove it in here without any problem. But wait a second, though, because that's funny, because I don't actually think I've seen that assistant before.
Did he look a lot like me, except with a hat and a mustache?
Holy shit. You're a con artist. That's incredible.
Your assistant was me the entire time.
I don't know what to say. My mind is blown. How deep does this thing run?
Oh, deeper than you could even fathom. I've infiltrated every part of your life. For example, did you happen to speak to your daughter last night when you came home?
Yeah, I said, hi, how was your day? And come to think of it, I thought it was a little bit funny that my daughter was wearing a hat and a mustache. And also, I don't recall even having a daughter at all. I just thought I'd had a long day at work and was confused. Are you trying to tell me that she was a plant? She was you?
That's right. It was me the entire time.
But my wife even greeted her and talked like she was our kid.
Perhaps you've forgotten that you are not married.
That was you too?
I was your wife the entire time. I cook a mean pot roast.
Holy cow. I've been duped. And I'm impressed, mister. You are the greatest con artist I've ever seen. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna pay you the $45 an hour I would have charged you to repair this car as your reward for some impressive sleight of hand.
And that's not even counting what we did in the bedroom.
I'm going to pay out this money before I think too much more about that.
It's time for an Amazon product review. This week, James sent me something that sent me whizzing right back to my high school days, and that is the East Rock Pocket Trumpet. I'd never heard of a pocket trumpet before. It's essentially a full-size trumpet that somebody has taken and shrunk down so it's about this big. So it's not exactly pocket size, but it's pretty close. I was able to hide it inside my trench coat. The cool thing about the pocket trumpet is it works and sounds exactly like a regular trumpet. So when I took it downtown and started playing on the street corner and, you know, like you do on the trumpet, I actually got tips. Unfortunately, the 7th day that I went downtown to play, the walls of the nearby building came a-tumbling down. So I just skedaddled right out of there. A good busking career cannot be put aside with just one random building falling downing. So I went back out to a different place. I was making some coin. But then, once again, on the 7th day, the walls came a-tumbling down. This was too much to be a coincidence. Then I noticed a little inscription on the underside that said Joshua Brand. So I did a little research, and apparently the trumpet that I have is the exact trumpet from biblical times that brought down the city of Jericho. That's pretty cool. I decided to sell the trumpet, and I made more from that reselling of the trumpet than I did in my entire 2 weeks of busking, so I call this a win. Now all I have to do is find something to help pay off the lawsuits that have been generated against me for those 2 collapsed buildings and the resulting casualties. But that is not necessarily the trumpet's fault. I give the trumpet 5 stars.
Your Excellency, mighty King of Switzerland, I have brought you a fine offering from my country, a bundle of brass metal.
Ooh, how exciting. It's a hybrid of 2 different metals combined to make a different metal altogether. Oh, look. It seems to be of poor quality.
Excuse me. I am the ambassador from Brasstonia. I will not be insulted about the quality of our brass.
I'm so sorry, but the ambassador from Brassylvania was here yesterday, and he came up with a very, very good quality brass.
Brassifras himself was here? That son of a gun.
Brassifras is still here. I invited him to stay for the week and enjoy the many hot springs we have here in Switzerland.
Sup, dude? Those hot springs are hot. Sorry that your brass is so shitty compared to my brass. Brassifras! I'm so enraged. See, you wouldn't have been able to do that with my brass. It's not actually a good thing you're able to break your own brass, right, King?
Not good. I hope the two of you are not going to mind that also Brastifer is still here from last week. He's a representative from New Brass City. What up, bro?
You brought Brastifer? I thought I was your brass guy. What?
Dude, it's been a long time. It's good to see you. How's it brassin'?
Brass you, Brastifer. The best brass is from Brassylvania, and only Brassifras can bring that brass. So I'm gonna kick your
Brassifras?
brass.
No, I'm sorry. You can kiss my brass, Brastifer. It's the best brass comes from New Brass City.
But he's right. Look, man, you can't beat the brass from New Brass City. I'm sorry, King. I didn't realize you set me up like this. I'm gonna bow out. Also, we're declaring war on your country. Yes, we too will declare war. Or my name isn't Brassisophiles.
Brastifer is in on the war. We're going to cover this whole country in brass. No, this is spiraling out of control. I'm not used to this. Switzerland is neutral. We can't possibly fight back. All we have for our army are tiny knives with corkscrews on them.
So just to clear up, all three of us are separately declaring separate wars on Switzerland, making Switzerland involved in the most wars of any country in the world. Is that right?
Totally ironic.
It's a rightful punishment for them dicking us around and inviting 3 brass ambassadors. Brassassadors.
Ambassadors. Ambassadors, dude.
Right. Ambassadors. Thank you. Of course, I forgot the correct term. War it is. And our weapons shall be made of shitty brass. Hello and welcome to today's segment of Crossbow University. We would like to formally apologize that it turns out one of our classes was being taught by a large female platypus by a clerical error. So if you've taken that class, we would love to know what you thought. We might actually offer her tenure. Today we're here with a very special guest. His name is Johnson Hardtack. Johnson runs a small shop in Mass Street in downtown Lawrence, Kansas, where he, am I getting this right? You inspect and sell fine metals.
Fuck yeah! If it's a metal, I can deal with it. I'm totally metal. That's something we like to say around the shop.
So Johnson, let's start with the first part of that. What sort of metals are you inspecting? Are people just bringing their metals to your shop and you're just telling them what they are?
But here at the shop, we can identify a metal. If it's shiny, if it's generally solid at room temperature, if it's a good conductor of heat and electricity, if it has a high melting point, if it loses electrons in chemical reactions, and if it has low ionization energies, you can bet your ass that's a fucking metal.
I see. That's pretty interesting. And then you buy some of these items to resell in your shop secondhand. Am I understanding that right?
Metal has a very high resale value because you can use metal for fucking anything. You want to put it in a wire and run electricity through it? Bam! Metal. You want to make art with it? Bam! Use metal. You have not lived until you have seen an ancient Roman sculpture entirely composed out of beryllium.
Very cool. What are some of the most unusual things that have come through your shop?
I had a woman come in last week who wanted something with the densest metal possible. She was thinking palladium, but I was like, no, obviously you came to the right place if you're thinking fucking palladium. No, you want to go atomic number 116, livermorium.
Now, I imagine in this industry, you're going to have a lot of people bringing you counterfeit items because metal is notoriously easy to counterfeit.
Yeah, I had somebody come in last week with some frozen hydrogen. You know, hydrogen in certain circumstances can act like a metal, and this person thought that maybe I didn't know the difference, but I fucking did, and I sent him packing with his hydrogen.
Well, I'm glad that you were the only guest we were able to book for this week, and thank you for being on the show today. Anything you'd like to leave the class with?
If your knowledge of metal stops at silver and gold, I got news for you. There's a world of metal out there just waiting for you. Stop into my shop and we'll teach you the difference between lawrencium and hassium.
All right. Thanks, Johnson. Lord Beauregard, sir, I regretfully inform you that I have dented your finest brass lamp. I did not personally dent the lamp, however. Being head of the butlery staff, I feel I must take responsibility, shield the identity of the person who actually dented the lamp, and resign my position effective immediately.
Then I'm afraid you're fired, effective immediately.
It was an honor serving you. I am so sorry about the lamp. I wish that my 24 years of tenure working under you were not so frivolously wasted in this unfortunate incident.
This is not the first time that you've covered for someone else, and frankly, I'm tired of it. No more covering for people. You're done.
All right, well, I'm just going to leave you with one word of wisdom. Watch out for Andy. We call him Butterfingers around here. It was him every single time. He broke literally everything we've ever broken in the last 20 years.
You're rehired.
Sir, that wouldn't be right. I must take the fall for my anonymous staff member who did this.
You are rehired. However, you are rehired at the current operating rate. All of your insurance will be null and void. All of your benefits gone. You start at the bottom of the ladder. Everyone else literally will be ahead of you for seniority.
Thank you for that offer, but I respectfully decline.
Then you will be burned at the stake.
Jesus Christ. Really is true what they say about you. I served you so loyally for so many years that I'd never realized, but you're a right son of a bitch, Lord Beauregard. And I'll tell you what, you can take that brass lamp and you can shove it up your asshole.
As if I haven't already.
All right, well, that unfortunately is going to wrap up the brass episode of There Will Be Crossbows. Sorry.
I have never had such a good time with a metal-related podcast theme.
I just liked being able to have an opportunity to show my brassy side.
I enjoyed all of the ass-related brass wordplay we were able to use.
It's too bad we cut 95% of that out of the edit of the podcast because there was that one scene we did where we just took turns making ass puns but using brass instead. And it's pretty good.
It was. But in the end, we decided that that kind of wordplay would be best left to you, our viewers and listeners.
Right. So as we're closing this out, if you want to just start making some brass in place of ass puns in the comments there, we'll go ahead and see those. Meanwhile, if you want to see more of our bullshit, come check out the Crossbow Club on Facebook, where we post this show, other videos. If you're listening to the audio version of this and you're like, how can I type comments into an audio podcast? There is a video version of this you can see if you go to our YouTube page for There Will Be Crossbows. You can check it out there too. Hey, you can even watch this show live when it airs, and that way you actually can type the comments that we prompt. Pretty cool, right?
While you're there at our YouTube page, please go ahead and subscribe and share this video with other people, because we want everyone to have the same experience you did. It's called shared trauma.
That's right. Well, I don't know about you, but I've had enough of you brassholes, so I'm a peace out.
Thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you again next time.
Let's go kick some brass.
We
Good.
Hey, man, they wanted brass. We gave them brass in that scene. We gave them a brass kicking.
No, they never do that again.